In the quiet town of Pleasantville, there lived a bitter old woman named Agnes Crumplebottom. Agnes was known for her grumpy demeanor and her relentless pursuit of having the nicest yard in the neighborhood. With her overly aggressive behavior and mean-spirited nature, no wonder she was a target for the pranks of the mischievous neighborhood kids. And with her constant complaining, can you really blame the parents for not caring? Hey, at least the kids weren't out doing drugs. Agnes would spend hours meticulously tending to her garden, planting all kinds of vibrant flowers and trimming the hedges with absolute precision. Agnes believed her garden was a reflection of her very character, even if she did make the entire neighborhood smell like a manure factory. Not that it mattered much, because no matter how hard she worked, the neighborhood children would always find a way to ruin her efforts. Riding bikes over her rose gardens, TPing the trees with toilet paper, and of course, lighting her compost pile on fire. But despite all that, Agnes still continued to keep working in her garden. The neighborhood children gave her quite the thing to bitch about at the city council meetings, after all, and their poor parents. Whenever Agnes caught the parents outside, she would go after them, regardless if their kid did anything to her yard or not. On one particular sunny afternoon, while Agnes was busy trying to save what she could out of her rose bushes, Agnes stumbled upon something quite unique. A cow plant, a rare and unique species of plants that had the ability to lure and devour unsuspecting prey. Agnes took this as her sign from the garden gods above that her prayers had been answered, and now she had a way to get rid of the neighborhood children and their parents if they should be so unfortunate to come looking for their brats. As the days went by, Agnes began to use the cow plant to exact her revenge on the neighborhood kids. She started off by leaving rolls of toilet paper outside near the bushiest trees where she could hide her cow plant easily. Agnes would strategically place tempting treats near the plant, hoping to lure the children into its clutches, and one by one, the children of Pleasantview fell victim to the plant's insidious trap, disappearing without a trace or cry. The townspeople quickly took notice. After all, missing children was unheard of here in Pleasantview. Alarm and panic spread quickly as the town grew silent with its lack of laughing children, while Agnes's garden, on the other hand, had never looked better. The parents of the missing children grew increasingly worried, searching for answers that seemed to elude them. Agnes, however, reveled in her newfound power, relishing in the fear that now gripped the heart of the townspeople that she so hated. But as the days turned to weeks, Agnes began to feel a sense of unease. With the lack of children, she no longer had to feed to the cow plant, who was only growing more bigger and hungrier by the day. Even her once beautiful garden seemed to be decaying at an unknown reason and rate. A strong smell of decay replaced the sweet smell of flowers so rapidly that by the time Agnes realized something was wrong, her entire yard reeked of death, misery, and decay, and the sound of laughing children kept Agnes up at night, despite there being no more children left in the town of Pleasantview, causing Agnes to sink into a deep depression that not even bitching at the neighborhood council meetings could make her feel any better. Agnes did the only thing she could to set things right. No, she couldn't bring the missing children back, but she could prevent any more children from falling into the cow plant's clutches ever again. By offering herself up to the cow plant, which gobbled her up with no hesitation. Agnes didn't even scream as she felt its jaws devour her whole. Before she had let the plant eat her, she had baked herself her world-famous chocolate chip chunk cookies, which she heavily laced with poisoning, causing the cow plant to shrivel and die. Another one for the books, folks. Time for me to go, but don't worry. I'll be back. I always come back. And if you would be so brave to come back, please make sure to like and subscribe for the next tale on the chopping block.